All right. We're audio hijacking. Now, let's see if this works.
I've never done it that way around, starting the audio
Fingers
hijack after
crossed.
I've started the thing, but I'm sure it's
Possibly
fine.
sound now.
That's me.
Maybe.
So,
Oh, and I need to adjust this. Sound!
Yes,
Hooray!
there's sound. See, I've
Except
taught
I don't
you
think I
everything.
can hear anybody else.
Can you not hear us? In
Okay.
The thing?
Oh, no.
James?
James, we have the opposite problem that we had when we were testing
Yeah,
it.
it's fine. I've
I
just
can't
muted
hear
it.
anybody.
Oh, you
Yeah, I
can't
can't
hear
you.
anybody.
Yeah.
You're going to need to text me or chat
Okay.
me somewhere, not in the Zoom chat, because that'll come out.
Right.
During our
Okay. Hang on.
practice,
This
we had
worked
2
fine.
of everybody. So I think...
Okay. Can people hear me in the Zoom?
I can hear
Yes.
James. And I
Okay.
can
So
hear
the only person who
Kathy.
can't hear me is Kathy.
Yeah,
Great.
I don't think Kathy can hear any of us, James.
a
Right,
lot of
okay.
people can't hear you.
let me just. Okay, Kathy. Let me just type to you.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Because I can hear
You can't hear me, so that's
No,
really
I can. I can.
helpful.
I can now. I moved the thing that had the problems.
Oh, you moved it back in the middle. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's what I was going to suggest.
Problem
See?
is now that I can hear myself, and this is going to drive me crazy.
Okay, move it so that it's only on the. Move it back so it's on the Zoom
The
output.
top one? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Maybe that. Oh. Okay, talk.
Can you hear me now?
Yay. Yes, I can. Can I hear other people? Yes, I
Can you
heard
hear
it.
me?
Yes,
Hello,
I
it's
hear
us.
you. Yay!
Hi, Tony. Tony here.
Can you-
Exciting podcasting.
So exciting.
Can you see the VU meters moving on all the different bits of that?
Yes, I can. And
So
the
you
They're
can-
all moving.
and the
Talk,
good
talk,
part
talk,
is
talk,
the
talk.
top one is not moving when I'm talking, just the bottom one.
That's good, and the top one is moving now.
Yes.
Okay,
I mean, not now because you were not
because I
talking,
paused.
but-
Yes, I realized the.
Okay, so
This is all
now
in the
can
bootleg.
everybody... So I know. Welcome to Kathy Learns How to Stream.
Hi, Kathy.
You're doing great.
and James lurks in the background.
I know. The invisible James. Okay. I think... Oh, because hold on. I hit pause on the YouTube, not mute. So that's cool. So I couldn't see that things were looking good. Do things look good on this on the YouTubes?
Let me have a look.
At least good
To be
enough.
honest, I don't know how to find the link, let alone set up.
If
the
you
live
just
stream.
go to the Incomparable on YouTube,
I just
it's the-
search it in YouTube every time.
Okay, so on your desktop, look for a web browser. It might have like a little globe. It might say Internet Explorer, and click on that. No, sorry, double click on that, which is like 2 clicks real fast.
Are you a teacher, Tony? You're so good at this.
Tony, I hate to interrupt, but it hasn't been called Internet Explorer for like 5 years.
Yeah. It's
I
Edge
didn't-
now.
I didn't think it had been called it that recently, Monty. That was intended to be part of the joke.
Hey, it's nice. I found it.
Also, I don't. Who has internet? Who has Edge? Where actually is Edge one of those things you can't not install?
Yeah, it comes with the thing, and I use it every day
The
because
thing.
so much of my job involves
Tell me about your
apps that
style
are designed
guide.
to run in AI.
That's
I
fair.
actually use Edge for Roll20.
Oh, all right. I was gonna make jokes about old people, but also it's possible that I am out of touch.
No, it's the
the
kids
kids who
that
are
are wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything's great.
Yeah.
How are you feeling, Kathy?
Yeah,
All
again,
good?
It's awesome.
everything's not like lined up perfectly, but it's fine. I'm going to stop playing with it because it literally does not matter. Does
I
not
mean,
matter.
Good.
The only person that will be mad at you is Erica, and you know
I know. I'm sorry, Erica. Please forgive me.
that was unfair of me. I apologize. Erica will not be mad at you.
I know. But what if she is?
It'll be okay.
She's far away. So.
Yeah, but she's never going to talk to me again and if I mess it up, and I'll be very sad.
I think
I can
the
just see her.
That
responsibility
is
falls
totally
on the.
Erica. You know?
Yeah, I know.
Just
It
stop
is.
talking to you.
It is in my completely
I-
irrational side of things.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about things that are irrational. I could not deal with it if Erica was mad at me. I would just be like, nope, that's like there's no coming back from this.
Right?
I don't know what I'd do.
Ever made
Yeah.
her mad at me?
Yeah, but you haven't streamed and messed up.
Yeah, but I see
Look,
her a lot.
who is
the
really
highest
at
risk.
fault? The person who's streaming or the person who taught you to stream?
Mm.
And so
Oh, that's
I think
right.
you should be mad
blame
at
it
me.
on James.
Oh, that's a good call. I'll just do that. Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
James.
So
It's not his
I-
birthday anymore, so
So
Yeah.
you can therefore be super mean to him.
yes.
That's how
The
that works.
364 days of the year.
Listen, that's how we do it
You're
in my
welcome.
family. You're not allowed
Oh.
to tease either the birthday person or if it's like Mother and Father's Day, but any other day. And
364. Got
yeah,
it.
yeah, we
How
get
do
it.
you feel about birthday months, though?
Oh, see,
'Cause
I
think you should
personally
get a whole month.
strong believer in that.
So technically, it still is birthday month.
Yeah, but you didn't ask how he feels about birthday months.
James, how do you feel about birthday months?
I'm really in favor of them.
Darn it.
I
Okay, so I will just have to wait for Erica to get. I will just accidentally not upload the files until it's no longer January, and then Erica.
Then she will be mad at you.
That's true, but it'll be your fault, so it'll be okay.
I don't think everything is my fault.
Oh.
Like,
Okay, fine.
we love you, James.
All right.
are you feeling sufficiently okay
Yep.
that
yep.
I can leave you?
Go to bed, James.
Go to bed,
I know
James.
that. I recognize the voice of someone who doesn't want to be talking to me anymore.
I am very smart at acknowledging that.
No, what I was going to say is I will be awake for some time. Just text me if you need me to come
Thank you,
back.
James. Go
And
away.
that offer extends to everybody. Players,
James's number.
whether
Listeners.
Will be in the chat.
whether you're listening live now or years from now. Yeah,
Just check the chat.
When
James-
this goes live.
Jameses are standing by to hear how you do.
If you can work out what my
If you
Apple
can
ID
find
is,
him, yeah,
Yeah.
it's probably Jay Thompson, right?
I'm going to say no. It's so.
Great offset, James.
Yeah. For a while, I had to use James's actual phone number because the iCloud wasn't working. Fun fact. Not really fun, but it's fine.
Kathy, if you want to get rid of the black bars and make the
Yes.
top bit, if you option resize, it will kind of change the cropping, like the top or the sides.
Option. Which one's option?
Alt.
No, my extra non-letter keys just have cat faces on them, so I have to remember.
Well, I don't know which cat
That's not
is
James.
option.
It's usually 2 over from Space right next to Space.
It is.
I don't know what cat do they assign command out of here.
Actually, this is a cat with no face, just a bow
Okay.
with little ears,
Haunting.
This keyboard.
and it's whatever. I mean, really, it's whatever key cap I put on it, but that's the one that I wanted to put on it. But hey, should we play some D&D?
Yeah, we should play some D&D. We're going to start a new adventure tonight. That's always interesting. I don't know if anyone has paid attention to the world. If somehow you haven't, just keep doing that. Do not let me tell you anything.
Yes.
I do not bring good news from the front. But we're not here to engage with that today because it's super bad. We're here hopefully to escape for roughly 65 minutes and play some Dungeons and Dragons. Am I talking to the listeners? Am I talking to the players? I don't know. I'm
Both.
just saying words and they're falling out of my mouth. We're going to start one of the adventures from the Keys from the Golden Vault, which are these heist-based adventures. We have a new character is going to join us, played by, spoiler, Kathy, who is also
That's
running the
me.
stream. So Kathy is doing everything. Kathy is the linchpin. Basically, everyone
Oh,
else here
God.
is
We're
what I
all
consider
not important.
optional, myself included.
And this is the
start
point where I
recording.
shall now leave.
And James leaves. James, thank you.
Thank you,
James.
James.
You're welcome.
Recording.
Enjoy.
Recording. It
Have
is
fun.
20 minutes after midnight in
Bye.
James's time. So-
Bye.
I will be standing by for at least an hour.
But we're gonna play some D&D for entertainment purposes, but also possibly medical purposes. Medical grade D&D.
Oh,
Yeah, everything. We're gonna do it. So the name of the adventure we're gonna be playing is called Masterpiece, and then a word I have a really hard time saying that apparently the internet tells me is what we would consider real word and not a Dungeons and Dragons word, but is a word I had not encountered before this adventure. Imbroglio or Imbroglio. Did anyone else know this word before seeing the name of this adventure?
Natalie
Yeah.
in not quite that spelling.
Imbroglio.
yeah. So that's how I just visualize
Yeah.
it in my head, but I don't visualize, so it's just kind of a blah, blah, blah. So yeah, that's why I
I've
copy
heard
and
Bro,
pasted
you
it.
said Imbroglio?
It's either Imbroglio or Imbroglio or possibly Imbroglio.
I think
know
I think
from
it's
having
Imbroglio.
read it,
The
but
G
I
is
have read
probably
it before.
silent.
Yeah,
Okay.
Do
Imbroglio.
that.
All right.
Imbroglio.
Well, Monty is a smart book guy. How would you define that word?
A real mess.
Okay, that
Ooh.
is consistent with my googling.
And
So,
that's consistent with myself.
yeah.
So,
So it's like
this
a
all
mess,
lines up.
a situation. It could be a physical heap or a complicated, event or something, a complexity, a problem.
It's an Imbroglio.
Imbroglio. All right, I'm gonna try and say it better
Imbroglio.
soon. Any questions or things we need to figure out before we get started? You're all in roll 20 right now. You're just at the title screen to the adventure module. I'll take you to art soon, and we'll make sure that stream's okay. Yeah, anything to do? Everyone's recording, of course, at this
Yes.
point.
Yep.
Monty, say yeah.
Allegedly.
Yes, I see.
Yeah, okay.
Recording all those times. Remember,
Okay, I'm sorry.
2 minutes 17 seconds ago, according to this thing.
Who's counting? All right, we're gonna do the thing. Welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar, Dungeon Master. I use he/him pronouns, and today we are starting the next adventure in our Keys from the Golden Vault series. We are starting the adventure Masterpiece, Imbroglio. Normally, I would have our players introduce themselves, but we're going to do things a little different this time. This is like when you go to those restaurants and they tell you, we do things a little different. And it turns out that it's actually like a comic book store and all the comic books are upside down. And then you never go back to that restaurant. Why did you go to that restaurant in the beginning? Why didn't you look up some reviews online? This is going to be like that. I'm going to start our adventure by introducing our one player, and that's Kathy Campbell, because Kathy, we are going to start with you.
Oh, no.
It is a Tuesday, late afternoon, early evening in the city of Varkenbluff, a mid-sized city in the world of Dungeons and Dragons on the Sword Coast, a city that kind of punches above its weight as far as magical circumstances going on that need to be cleaned up by a secret society known as the Golden Vault. But this is a city that I think you are relatively new to. You have been sent here with specific directives, for you are, in fact, a key, aka an agent of the Golden Vault. You're riding in a, nice but very nondescript kind of stagecoach wagon pulled by some dark black horses and a incredibly forgettable driver, intentionally so, as if to not arouse any suspicion. You carry with you a tiny little golden key that will activate the mission briefing for your mission, but you need to find your other operatives first. As requested, the coach pulls to a halt in front of one tavern known as the Phoenix Beak. and the door opens and you appear. Would you like to describe yourself to the listeners?
I would love to. So my character is Tinker Bell. She is a tiny sized little fairy. The key, thankfully, is also tiny, so it totally works. And she can have it on her back. She's going to flutter out of the coach and into the tavern. I'm imagining it has the doors like a Western, where the
Saloon
little,
doors?
yeah, saloon doors. So I don't even have to open them. I could just go boop, right on
Whoop,
top.
right over.
Yep.
You go right over and enter the Phoenix Beak. Inside, it seems like it's a people are having a good old time here on a Tuesday night in Varkenbluff. There's a halfling over in the corner just jamming out on a lute. People are vibing. People are having some some adult time beverages. And you need to find the people you have been sent to meet. That's your mission right now.
Excellent. So Tink is going to open up her little scroll that has little text notes on it. And first up is she's going to look for a tabaxi monk.
All right. Give me a quick perception check as you cast your little eyes around the crowded tavern.
16 plus 6.
Oh, 22. You spot, the tabaxi kind of stands out a little bit compared to the other more common types of creatures that are patrons of this particular tavern at this moment. And you see a cat-like humanoid, black fur, but kind of perhaps somewhat modest garb, suggesting a not so extravagant lifestyle, if I can describe Aline's character without running the description by Aline. They could be a monk, they could be a graduate student. We don't know their story yet.
I mean, Jasper does carry brewing supplies with at all times. So
Again,
it's hard
could
to tell.
be a monk,
College
could be a
student,
graduate student.
Yeah. So many options.
Yep.
All right. So Tink is going to fly on over and kind of settle down next to Jasper and say, sup.
So, Aline Sims, welcome back to Total Party Kill. Your character is seated at the bar. Would you like to introduce yourself and your character who's joining this adventure?
Yeah, my pronouns are she, her, and I'm playing Jasper, the Tabaxi monk, whose pronouns are also she, her.
All right, a tiny, diminutive little fey humanoid with glittery wings has approached you.
I nod back. I am worldly enough that I can override my instincts to bat at the thing that kind of feels like a toy.
Oh, gosh.
So
that is why Tink sat on the table, not continuing to fly, because she has had some bad experience with tabaxis in the past.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah.
And I'll just say, hey.
I was gonna try and find a fun key pun or something to ask if, to confirm identity, but alas, my creativity has crashed and burned. So instead, insert creative identifier for other key of the Golden Vault here.
I imagine they have a little handshake.
They have something for this.
Yeah.
They have to have a handshake, right? So you do that. I imagine it's a little bit tricky for a tabaxi and a fairy to do a secret handshake, but that just makes it more exciting. So
I maybe it's put your one hand forward and twist, and the other person
there's
puts their
a key and a lock.
key.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right, so Jasper, though you don't know this creature, they have identified themselves as a fellow operative of the Golden Vault.
Okay. Can I buy you a drink?
Sure. Maybe in a little bit. Let me if you want to order that, I got a couple other people to bring on over.
Sure.
Tink's gonna flutter up away from the tabaxi so as not to get batted across the room. And Fi is looking for a goth ASMR paladin hanging out.
All right.
Thankfully she has, or someone that has a distinctive raven tattoo.
Give me a quick perception check as you look around for somebody with a distinctive tattoo.
13 plus 6, which is 19.
All right. Now, this creature is a little bit more on the humanoid side of things, but definitely has a very distinctive aura to them that it's just a little bit out of place, especially with some of the more towny patrons of the of the Phoenix Beak. And so you spy a very gothic-looking woman with a distinctive raven tattoo.
Excellent. So Tink is going to fly on over, sit on the table and say, sup, and then do the magic key handshake.
Do the key handshake back, and my tattoo, which is currently, because it moves, because it's cool, it is like the wings are wrapped around my neck, and I sort of flutter the raven wings at you.
Excellent.
Because you got wings.
Annette
I got
Weerstra,
wings.
welcome back to Total Party Kill. Would you like to describe your character that you're playing today?
Yes, I am playing Jay. Jay has heisted before and is a big fan of it. She is wearing like her usual black and purple gothy sort of attire, and yeah, she's just she's really into ravens, and it's pretty obvious by like all the raven stuff she kind of has, like little feathers all over her, and she's fiddling with a little raven statue because she loves the Raven Queen.
Excellent. All right.
Tink, you have found two of the contacts you were sent to make contact with. The third one may be harder to suss out.
Yes, I've got a note here that I'm looking for a bugbear rogue, and so of course I'm gonna look, but also with a note that they do have a fancy hat, so might not look like a bugbear rogue. So we'll see.
All right, feel free to make a perception check and look around the Phoenix Peak.
I rolled an 11.
All right, looking around, you do not see anyone of the goblinoid family in general, that let alone a bugbear, and there's like a decent number of people with hats. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna give you.
All right. Tink is gonna.
Who are you looking for, Tink? Are you looking for someone?
She's gonna kind of cross her arms, and just go. I'm looking for Krong.
Krong and I are like buds. Like, maybe
Yeah?
I can help you find him.
That would be
We've heisted
amazing.
Before,
Yes, please.
would I just be able to know Krong because we've met, or should I roll perception?
Well, you obviously know what Krong looks like, but it's tricky. Krong comes in
is
many
Krong.
shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
You don't see Krong in the tavern, Jay.
Okay. So maybe I wonder if there is a way. Maybe okay. So secret societies, not only do you need to be able to identify individuals with the handshake, but maybe there is a way to call for assistance from another secret key person, some sort of fancy dance, perchance, or I don't know, like a clap, like da 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 da.
All right, roll performance to do the Keys from the Golden Vault fancy dance.
All right. 11.
All right, several other patrons clap back at you, thinking that you're just a strange little fairy that's had perhaps a few too many beverages. Monty, do you think Krong notices the fancy dance?
Oh yeah,
All right, Monty.
I think
welcome
Krong
back
has
to
been
Total
watching her the entire time.
All right.
Yeah, that sounds like on par.
Monty, Ashley, would Krong like to do anything, or would you like to do anything, or let it ride?
A sort of a rotund British gentleman type with
British?
Yeah.
I know.
with a walrus mustache and a bowler hat sidles up to you.
He is. I will clarify. One of the people with hats. You
Okay, good. Yeah. So it's not a
this is
secret one.
this is a person with a hat. Don't let me undersell the level of hat this person's wearing. It is exactly one hat.
I realized while saying that whenever I use the hat of disguise, there has to be a prominent hat in the disguise.
Yes, there does.
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
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 He says, and I have to prepare my voice for this. Hello.
Tink is going to tentatively start the key handshake.
He returns the handshake. It's very challenging because your hand, like we've established, is very small, and this hand you can sense is much larger than the simple human hand you see.
Possibly a little furrier.
Yeah,
It's a little bit like shaking hands with a Muppet.
There's talons
Oh, a spiky
everywhere,
Muppet.
like places you wouldn't expect a talon to be.
Like on the hand of a large British man.
Excellent. Let's all gather. I'm assuming this is I've already scoped out in this tavern a space for us to meet somewhat privately.
Yeah, there's a little quiet corner, a booth off in the corner where no one will notice you.
Excellent. All right, let's go over here. And then she's going to flutter over to the corner.
All right. It would be a crowded booth, but it helps that some of you are, at least one of you is very tiny. One of you is very big, but doesn't occupy that kind of space. The way people occupy space at this party is interesting. But the four of you crowd into a tiny little booth in the back corner of the Phoenix Beak, far away from where the music is being played and most of the party is happening. And you're now. You can commence the secret society meeting.
Excellent. All right. Everyone ready? And then she's going to whoosh, unwield the key and place it on the table and then put the magic, I don't know, code or fingerprint or an eye scan or blood sacrifice or something to make the key.
All of the above. The key is activated and placed in a corresponding. You all carry with you a little wooden box that is otherwise nondescript and doesn't do anything until one of the keys from the Golden Vault, the physical keys, not the you that are agents' keys. Very confusing when they had meetings to discuss this. The key committee in the Golden Vault is like the worst job to be on. Just from it takes their meetings are twice as long as all the other meetings.
You know what password you use to get into the meetings? Key.
Yep, key. And a familiar sensation happens as there's kind of a little quiet ripple of magical energy, and all of the sounds of the tavern are kind of blocked out. And you hear a familiar voice greet you and play an automated message. Greetings, operatives. A valuable painting has been stolen from a member of the Cognoscenti Esoterica, an organization with connections to the Golden Vault. The Cognoscenti Esoterica specializes in the study of rare objects of historical significance. We suspect that the stolen painting, the Constantori's portrait, has magical properties and ties to the occult. The quest, should you choose to undertake it, requires you to infiltrate the Guild House of the Agile Hand, a dangerous thieves guild in the Varkenbluff area. Find where the painting is kept, recover it, and return it to Adrisa Carimorte of the Cognoscenti Esoterica. A preliminary meeting with Adrisa has already been arranged, and a coach will deliver you safely to her location. Good luck, operatives. And the key kind of disintegrates.
What does it mean that it's associated with the occult in a world where there's actual death magic going on daily?
I don't, I think, look, this is a world where there's magic and there's good magic and bad magic. Probably human sacrifice maybe would be the,
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit of it's all about how much magic and who's using that magic. Look, when the state controls the magic, sorry.
Nope, not going there,
Nope.
Tony. Nope,
All right.
nope.
Yep.
We're
Yeah.
escaping.
We're here to escape the horrors,
Escaping.
Tony.
Okay, let's
I'm
talk
sure,
about
I'm
taxes.
sure that doesn't make the final edit, but if it does, hello, people in the future. Remember how adorable it was when that's the only thing we cared
Right.
about?
Oh,
No.
Do you think we'll be able to play Dungeons and Dragons in the camps they put us in? Anyway,
No.
Oh
you know,
man.
Wow.
escapism. So the sounds of the tavern kind of leak back in as the magical spell that was blocking them out and making your briefing private fades away. So, three operatives of the Golden Vault who have worked together before, and one who is new to the mix.
I actually don't know Jay. Krong and I have worked together, but
Okay. Krong is the
Do
uniting
I-
factor.
yeah, do I recognize Krong? Have we
Uh,
done
I guess-
introductions?
I
Does the
guess
hat
there's
look
a-
the same?
His
Ah.
essence.
No, the hat changes, so you don't recognize me. I
There's-
guess
you've seen there's a large British man who has done the secret handshake. So
I kind of wedge myself into the corner, look around, and I guess I don't take off the hat. The hat just shimmers, and then I turn into my real self, which I will now describe as a giant nightmare monster, 7 feet of fur that's kind of dark. Like you feel like you could reach into it and maybe you'd fall in. You wouldn't, but it would be cool. And like really long arms or really big hugs, or like stealing children from under the bed. You like reach up and snatch them with your razor sharp claws or whatever. I feel like Krong is kind of a genderless being, so any pronouns you feel like is fine.
welcome back to the show, Krong/Monty Ashley.
Krong may be a nightmare monster, but there
These
are
are
nightmare
nightmare
monsters.
Yes.
Exactly. Our nightmare monster.
And those hugs probably would be amazing in this escapism world.
If you survive
where we
them.
are now. Yes, if you survive.
Anything you'd like to discuss before you pile into the waiting coach outside the tavern?
Has anybody ever heard of the cognoscenti esoterica before?
I have
Yeah.
not.
Would that be like a history check?
Yeah, I think that would be a
Yeah.
history check.
Okay.
Kathy, I would probably give you advantage on any related history check to that.
Good, because I rolled a 3.
Okay.
Oh,
I rolled a 1.
I rolled a
Nice.
12.
I rolled a 10.
13. We're all
Yeah,
doing great.
You think they're just like a bunch of like scholars that are like in weird collectors. So you don't know a lot.
Cool.
The name, the Constantori's portrait was also mentioned. I don't know if anyone wants to roll a history on that.
Sure.
Sure, why not?
Yeah,
Maybe
go
we'll
for
get
it.
better. You know what?
Yeah.
We're just getting all of our low rolls out now.
Yep.
Ooh,
Yep.
I
that's
rolled
a
a
smart-
5.
21.
All right. Tinkerbell, you are familiar with the Constantori's portrait. It's like a famous historical thing. It is a painting that is said to depict the most beautiful man who ever lived.
That sounds exciting.
The
gonna
idea that it
relay
might
that.
be magical is new to you, but it's, it would be a noteworthy painting for anyone who is even vaguely versed in art history in this world of Dungeons and Dragons, which is probably not most people. I don't know.
Yeah.
Backstory: Tinkerbell has a minor in art history.
Yes.
That's why you were selected for this adventure.
Makes sense. Yep. Yep.
Anything else from
I'll
the
allow
mission
it.
briefing you want to ask about at this stage of things?
Well, as a rogue in the area, do I know anything about the agile hand whose guild house we are to infiltrate?
Yeah, I would give you advantage on doing a history check about the Agile Hand.
Well, I rolled a 17 and then I rolled a 15, so a 17.
All right, 17. Yeah, Krong, you have definitely heard of the Agile Hand. They are a thieves guild, so a thieves guild is kind of an organized crime entity. They, as somebody who is not, to my knowledge, a member of a thieves guild, you may have opinions about thieves guilds and how they treat and deal with people that are not part of their guild. I will say they are mainly, and perhaps Krong would never have considered interacting with people from the Agile Hand, in that they are mainly humans, maybe a few elves in their group, but they are not a very diverse criminal organization. They've got some kind of clubhouse on the outskirts of Varkin Bluff, and they're usually more of the kind of like ripping off people on the road kinds of burglars and thieves, as opposed to, say, I don't know, cat burglary or art heist. This seems like maybe they're working their way up in the world a little bit, and you would probably know that their leader is a woman named, titled and named Guildmaster Dusk.
Interesting. Because you said we're going to infiltrate their guild house. That made me think of one thing, but now you describe it as a clubhouse, which sounds much smaller.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are known for they wear a lot of like hoods and trench coats and cloaks. They're real, kind of like a gothic motorcycle gang look going for them.
Great. We're gonna need to
So I should fit right
get
in.
some cloaks.
Yes.
I have quite a supply of cloaks. I'm very into them, and they're all a little bit goth, so I could probably help.
There is a cloakery
That is
right next
up.
Yeah.
door, so
Ah,
which is, I assume, the name for a store that sells cloaks, and more cloaks.
I hope this isn't inappropriate, but I think Tinkerbell will look adorable in a tiny little cloak.
Oh, you're so sweet. I agree. Well, let's cloak up.
All right. Quick stop at Cloaks, and More Cloaks, and fashion montage as you're all trying on different cloaks, and you all leave with appropriate gloomy, gothically cloaks that have all been like slightly distressed, so it doesn't look like you bought them today.
I did not get a new cloak. I just kept my outfit.
Fair. So you pile into the coach that Tinkerbell took you here, and it takes off, takes you out into kind of the countryside outside of Varkenbluff. It is. I'm gonna take you to some art now.
Art.
Don't get too excited. Guys, art. Look,
Ooh, that's very fancy.
the finest in AI generated art that I generated for you, because there's no art provided with these adventures, pretty much. So you head off into the kind of the rolling countryside outside Varkenbluff. It quickly goes from kind of town to suburb to farm and open country, and after a while you arrive. You see kind of a fancy manor house in the distance, and the cart leaves the main road and goes down some muddy roads, but it goes past the manor house and down like kind of a side road and pulls up in front of a kind of gloomy looking barn a ways away from the fancy manor house.
Man, that barn looks gloomy.
Yep, gloomy barn. I assume you get out of the coach.
Yes.
I get out of the coach.
All
Is
right.
it raining?
It is.
Might not
It's
get out of the coach.
It's
Oh.
drizzling.
I put my hood up and I
Yeah.
get out.
You all just bought hoods.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't want to get my new hood. It's raining.
Also, I am always wearing a hat.
Yeah.
Yes.
I imagine you could literally have it turned into like one of those novelty umbrella hats at any point that you needed.
I
But it
just
doesn't
don't
real-
like it when it's gloomy.
But it doesn't really cover me. It just
No.
pretends to cover me. I'm still like down here getting sopping wet.
Oh man, wet bugbear fur. That's a smell that you can't get out.
Nope.
All right. Standing kind of by the open door of the barn is a woman. She's got spectacles and kind of a somewhat fancy looking purple suit. She's standing there with a pocket watch that she snaps closed as you approach. Thank you for coming. I'm Adrissa Karamorte. I assume you are friends of ours?
Run. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep.
Definitely.
Yep.
Well, we've had an incident. The manor house was broken into. A painting that belongs to my organization has gone missing, and we would like it returned to us. There's also someone inside I would like you to meet.
Excellent.
Okay.
Do you know who took it?
Well, our Guest has volunteered that he is a member of the Agile Hand Guild.
Ah, good.
She motions and walks you into the barn.
I follow.
We'll keep a wary eye out and follow.
Tied to a chair in the middle of the barn is a fellow garbed in. He's got a hood, like a black leather jacket, kind of a vest thing going on with lots of little straps and belts and buckles and whatnot. And he looks like he is not having a great day. Maybe he's been roughed up a little bit, and not happy about being tied to a chair.
I mean, it happens. Sometimes we get tied to a chair and we like it. Sometimes we get tied to a chair and we don't. And it seems like right now, he doesn't.
Type 2 chair hang. Yep. Adrisa is just kind of standing at the doorway to the barn, as if, expecting you to know what to do.
Do I know what to do?
Do you want us to torture this person?
I figure you'll do what it takes.
Interesting.
Have you previously gotten any information from this person, or are we just starting?
As I mentioned, he works for the Agile Hand.
Okay.
Is now time to break out our krong?
I know. I was like, our pocket
right.
krong. Yeah.
All right, I loom on top of him.
All right, you loom. Give me an intimidation check.
Roll for loom.
I don't even say anything. I'm just looming right now. 18.
All right. He looks pretty intimidated. I don't know if Krong or somebody else would like to ask some questions of this wretched man tied to a chair.
So, hello. Do you care to tell us your name and how you came to be here?
My name's Grinky.
Grinky. Hey, Grinky. So these are my friends, and we're just here to figure out who took the painting. And it seems like you might know something about that.
Don't know nothing about no painting.
That's not what she said you'd say.
Okay. Look. You're tied to a chair. You've got a bugbear looming, and we have some questions. Why don't we skip all the parts where you tell us you don't know anything, and we just get to you giving us information?
Roll persuasion with advantage, Jasper.
My -1 to persuasion.
Yeah. You can do it.
That's a 9.
He kind of shifts around. He's like, I'm not looking for any more trouble. Had a rough day enough as it is. Maybe you let me go and I tell you something useful?
How about you tell us
something useful, and then maybe we'll let you go.
Look, it's like I told your friend. It's I've done some jobs with the Agile Hand before. I'm not a member, but sometimes I need extra work. I was just a lookout on this mission, and they left me behind.
Okay, but you've been in, correct?
Yeah.
Who were you a lookout for? Who else was on the job? Ooh, speaking thieves' cant to him.
Oh.
Ooh. Fancy.
Do we just have to imagine what that looks like, or do we know that thieves' cant canonically has like a rhyming, sing-songy way of talking?
All right, just a second.
Yep. Nope. Take your time.
Yep,
It's all good. It's gonna be worth it.
So excited.
Listen, buddy, if you want some relief, I can help you out. I too am a thief.
Oh, nice. If
If you want to leave this location, you will need to give us information.
Ooh. Krong, you gain inspiration.
Yeah.
Because talking in thieves' cant is really hard. see my early attempts at dungeon mastering in Thieves' Cant back when we played fourth edition in the I'm forgetting the name of those adventures. Peter Dragonforge, yes, 100
Nice.
years ago.
Dragonforge and Associates.
Dragonforge and Associates. The Grinky replies in kind of broken Thieves' Cant. Seems like he's not as fluent as you. He says, Elix the Saint, he's in charge. Jaemont the Sinner, he's can be large.
Not bad.
That's good. I got to pat him on the head.
Yeah, okay.
Good thieves can't. Okay. We're looking for Elix the Saint and Jamoth the Sinner.
Yep, that's two names he gave you.
Cool. Oh, where do you know where they hang out?
He says, yeah, I mean, they all stay in the guild house. I've never been above the first floor because I'm not a full member. Though I guess sometimes Elix goes out at night. He hangs out at a roadhouse kind of down the ways from the guild house. It's called the Tipsy Tankard.
It's a good name.
Is there a good way to like sneak in to their clubhouse or to fake our way in? Code words.
I mean, I wish
Secrets.
I knew. Again, I'm not a full member. I've never been past the first floor. They got all the windows boarded up. Only the ranking members carry keys. Elix and Jaemont. Maybe Gwish. Yeah.
But we could just walk in the front door. They're not going to check anyone if we sort of look like.
They're not going to let you in the front door if they don't know who you are.
Okay.
I make sure to get a really good look at this guy, by the way,
Okay.
for later hat. Is this guy wearing
no
a
reason.
hat by any chance?
She's got a hood.
Yeah.
But he doesn't
I
have a
think
hat.
We need to figure out.
But I also have a tattoo of disguise.
Mm.
We just need to all study him.
Mm-hmm. Look, I've been trying to get into the guild for years now. It's a real you gotta you gotta be in. It's with the right people. They're not just gonna let some strangers off the street wander in, especially after they build a job.
All right,
Why haven't they
Grinky.
let you in?
Grinky, shut up for a second. Lead everybody away from Grinky for a minute. All right, here's my plan. We find Elix at this Tipsy Tankard, and we con him. We convince him that he needs us for a big job. Then he takes us into the inner sanctum to talk to Jamoth the Sinner.
Smart. That's a way better idea than trying to take him from his path to get to the Tipsy Tankard. I like your idea better. That's good.
We could also just pickpocket the key from him, but that's not nearly as much fun.
Yeah, it's true.
Besides, it could be useful for future infiltration if they think we're part of the team.
Yes, good call. Yeah, that sounds great. What else do we need to learn?
Okay, Grinky, tell me about Elix. What does Elix like?
Well, let's see. He's a human like me and like you. I forget. Are you in human mode right
You're
now?
starting very broad. Maybe you could narrow it down just a little bit.
Not one of those filthy. He's got like black leather duster, cloak, wears a scarf in front of his face a lot of the time. I think he's dating the bartender at the Tipsy Tankard. Her name's Carissa. He spends a lot of time there.
What does he like to steal?
I mean, I think it's whatever the guildmaster calls the shots. Usually, we just knock over like supply caravans and things like this. This was kind of new for us.
Supply caravans. Okay, so we can say that we know of a supply caravan that's coming at a specific time that
Yeah.
he needs to let us in.
I guess you could do that. I don't know. You tell me about it.
Grinky.
Oh God, are you gonna kill me?
Grinky.
Focus.
Yeah, I think. Let's see. Should we just keep him here until?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Cool.
What's this woman's name?
Adrisa.
Carrie Morte.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Carrie Morte, is it okay for this if you keep this guy here while we return to painting? I don't think you need to like beat him or anything, but just
Unless you want
give him
to.
Fine by me. She throws a canvas, like a burlap sack over his head.
You're doing great, Greeky.
Ah.
This guy's not gonna make it as a thief. His thieves' cant was terrible.
It was not good.
It was bad. It was bad.
We could also say that Jay has a source for really good black leather dusters because this gang really they like black leather dusters and they look cool, but they could look cooler.
Absolutely.
And fashion is clearly important to these people, so that might be our way in.
I like that idea. It's a good place to start.
Maybe I could have something and give it to him.
Yeah, a gift.
So, I think it is probably you could, and especially I think Krong would know the general area on kind of the outskirts of Varkenbluff where you would find the Agile Hand Guild House. So you could head there. You could also head to the aforementioned Tipsy Tankard. That would be our second tavern in one session. That's
Woo!
I mean, tradition.
Party!
yeah.
I think
I think we go with Kronk's plan. I think it's solid. We try to sweet talk our way in. It's
Well, and we have two opportunities since both of the people tend to hang out at the Tipsy Tavern.
I think just Elix hangs out at the
Just
Tipsy
Elix.
Tavern.
Oh, I thought,
he's got a girlfriend.
yes,
Yeah.
that's right. That's right.
Carissa the bartender. Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
like
a
we-
member of the guild.
we can get to know Carissa, really make Tony roleplay that out.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like that needs to happen for sure.
Okay. Not a thing that I was planning to do, but a thing I will roll. That's what a good dungeon master does, right?
Yeah.
We could just steal the key from this guy, or we could make these two plan a wedding together.
So exciting.
I'm here for it.
It's like a goth wedding. It'll be very fun.
Yes. Amazing.
We don't know what
This
Carissa's vibe is yet. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, she could, wear
Maybe
pink
she's
and
the
pigtails.
opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe she's the opposite.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's find out.
All right, you pile back into the coach.
What should I look like?
Yeah, what should you look like?
These guys are clearly racists.
Yeah. So probably like as close to human or elven as you can.
I mean, you could do just
But a
your
little.
London previous.
Right then,
Yeah.
Governor.
Yeah.
Please, Fantasy
Exactly.
London.
I'm from Fantasy London, I am.
Still part of the EU. Oh, wait.
No. Monty, I don't know. I find your Canadian accent not quite as convincing.
I mean, I have the fakest Canadian accent.
Hey, and that's at the same farm I am.
I am. We're just like on the opposite side.
Yeah.
That's
So the coach trundles off into the I imagine the sun is kind of setting. Maybe lets you off a little ways down the road from the Tipsy Tavern. Tipsy Tankard.
Tipsy Tanker.
Oh,
Tipsy Tankard. Get
Tipsy
it
Tankard
together,
Tavern.
Tony. Tipsy Tankard, which is kind of like it's a little bit of a roadhouse vibe. There's probably a place that maybe people would stop off on their way in and out of Varkenbluff. And you make your way into the tavern, and this is definitely the tavern. Yeah, into the tavern that is called the Tipsy Tankard.
There we go.
Definitely a little bit rougher and a little bit more rural vibe than the Phoenix Beak, the tavern we started our adventure in today. A lot of burly-looking farmers and people that work the caravans. Having a refreshing beverage at the end of the day on kind of a gloomy, wet Tuesday evening.
Sweet.
Is there anybody in a black leather duster with a scarf over his face?
Roll me a perception check, Ron.
Oh, okay.
That's right. I make you roll things for things that are not that involved,
What?
but otherwise we don't roll any dice, and it's not Dungeons and Dragons legally.
17.
Looking around, you feel confident that you have arrived before Elix the Saint, high-ranking member of the Agile Hand, has.
Are there more than one bartenders behind the bar? Or is
Behind the bar, there's a bartender. So important that I failed to provide art of her. And she's dressed in kind of like a green. She's got like a dark green apron and like a flower tucked behind her here. She has blonde hair that she's wearing in a ponytail. It
Nice.
looks like she's mid-20s. Hello, welcome to the Tipsy Tankard. Are you new here?
That's right.
Well, we do things a little different here. Our beverages are served in boots.
Family style.
And she plonks 4 boots down on the bar in front of you.
Are
One
they
of the
like
boots
leather
is
boots?
one of the boots is small.
Oh, yay. Thank you so much.
I may be undermining the seriousness of my adventure, but that's something usually the players do, and I decided to make them do it.
Yay.
Is anybody else drinking from a boot?
Everyone else is drinking from a boot, but on very casual inspection, you just notice that they're kind of weirdly shaped tankards that seem to be.
Okay, so they're
Okay.
not like leather boots.
That is what I've done. I'm now saying to backtrack from.
I will drink from a tankard shaped.
They
like a
are
boot.
boot-shaped tankards.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Including these tiny little, which I'm assuming is a shot glass that
Yes.
is also shaped like a boot.
Like a little boot.
Yeah, I
I
love
think
it.
that's a thing you can buy.
It is. I have drank stuff from them, both the big
All right.
and the little versions.
Well, suddenly my idea that you drink out of a boot is slightly less far-fetched.
See, I had no qualms because I've done it. So
Other people
my
are
brain-
like, people wouldn't drink from boots. Yeah, we're willing to believe dragons and magic, but people wouldn't drink from a boot. Get it together, Tony.
Why do you call this place the Tipsy Tankard if you're so into boots?
Well, the boot
Mate.
thing, I'll be honest, is kind of a new thing that we're trying out. It's been called, Tipsy founded this place way back when. I don't know if she would approve of the boots, but she's not around, so we're just trying something new.
Oh, Tipsy Talkworth?
Nope, someone else.
All right.
the
Also,
upstate
her name
tipsies.
her name was Tixie.
This
Totally
is Tipsy,
different.
her sister.
This is Tipsy, totally different from Tixie.
Her sister, they're sisters, Tixie
Yeah,
and Tipsy. One got
Tixie and
into-
Tipsy. Tixie, gnomish inventor. Tipsy, gnomish restaurateur. Yeah, canon.
Canon.
So,
I'm
canon.
trying to provide some continuity here.
Yeah, I don't think we needed it, but yeah.
This is for that one person that remembers everything that they hear in podcasts
Right.
that
Oh,
we
man,
love.
that-
We adore
I
those
don't think-
listeners.
I don't
You're
think
welcome.
they'd like this podcast.
This is, well, I don't know. Is it delicious? Is it good?
It's
I don't know.
It's fine.
It's
it's
okay.
It's all right.
It's
all right.
fine.
Thank you.
Would you like to do anything while you wait for Elix the Saint to arrive?
I'd
see.
love to chat up Carissa and find out what Elix likes
Yeah.
so we can tailor the thing to hook him.
Maybe a little girl talk. Seems like an appropriate, I love your flower.
Oh, thanks. Elix got it for me. He's the best.
Oh, that's so sweet. Tell me more. I
hope
love
it's-
love stories.
I hope it's not stolen.
Oh, no. Does he do that often?
Well, he stole my heart.
Aww.
Dear listeners, Tony pressed a palm to his cheek.
Yes.
And giggled.
It was adorable.
Giggled. This is when you should watch the video.
But don't mess with him. He'll stab you.
Do you have experience with him stabbing you, or is that just other
Oh no,
people?
not me. But you
Okay.
know, sometimes there's people that gotta get stabbed. It's got dark
That's
fast.
what,
Yeah.
So
what
what
I always say.
What who needs stabbing?
Does he
What
like?
kind of people?
Does he like knives?
Oh yeah, he loves knives.
Any particular knives? I mean, we all have our
I don't know.
preferences.
I think sharp ones, shiny ones. I guess it probably helps if it can be concealed. Like swords are way out.
Yeah. Oh, well, of
Way
course.
no good. I don't know. When does a blade go from being a knife like a little like when is it a big knife and when is it a short sword? I don't know.
I don't know. That's a really good question that we should ponder. Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah. If
Wrong
only
place
there was
back to
some
the
way we
impulse.
could look that up on like a Wikipedia or something. That would be
Wrong.
like a encyclopedia, but on the wick of a candle.
Ooh.
Oh, or a
I-
wicked encyclopedia.
There you go.
Wikipedia.
Yes, with all of the information, the evil information.
Oh, I'm rambling. Sorry.
That's
I bring
okay.
out my knife, which has this like raven scabbard on it. I was like,
Oh.
to show like this. So like this is my favorite knife.
Yeah,
It's
Elix
got
would
a
love
raven
that.
on it, and like I'm so obsessed with it.
Did I mention he's a member of the Agile Hand?
Girl dish.
Yeah. Oh, they're real tough. Some of them hang out here, and they're not all nice like Elix. He's the best. Some of them aren't jerks, but Elix keeps them in line. But yeah, they are like the toughest thieves and thugs and murderers, and I
Oh
think some of
my.
them are even assassins. Not Elix. He's great.
Oh, good. Do you know what types of things they steal? I want to make sure that my stuff is protected.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, Elix says that like they're in with the Varkenbluff government, so like you just got to make sure that whoever you work for is paying the right people.
Oh, that's smart. That's really smart.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was bad at first, but Elix explained to me that it's not.
Oh, good. Good. Do you think he would be able to explain to me why it's not bad?
I don't know. He doesn't like to talk about guild stuff because he says it's like a secret and we'd be bad if too many people knew about it, but they're so cool.
Yeah.
They sound really cool.
They all have like these black leather jackets and they wear hoods and sometimes they have like scarves over their face. I think there's probably a lot of standing around in the cold rain. I don't like that part, but like, when they come in and the door to the Tipsy Tankard swings open and there silhouetted in the doorway is, let's just assume it's Elix the Saint.
Yeah.
And he strides into the tavern.
I'm going to watch and see what Karasa's face does, but...
Oh, it totally like lights up, hard eyes, and Elix the Saint. Just so you know, I'm putting limits now on how much I roleplay two people in one conversation.
I love it so much.
Elix the Saint, a surprisingly taciturn individual, gives a not very intimidating kind of like wave and makes his way over to the bar where he figures Carissa will come talk to him when she's not busy with customers such as yourselves. Definitely the other people, the other patrons in the Tipsy Tankard give Elix a decent amount of room because he is somewhat sinister looking compared to the average patron in this current establishment.
Is that Elix?
Oh yeah, that's him. Can I get you anything else? I should go check in with him.
No, I think we're okay for now.
Okay. Carissa heads over to the bar, does some bartendery things, and is chatting with Elix as she's pouring beverages for other people. They look very into each other.
All right. I'll go up to him, compliment his duster, and tell him that J. Raff, the famous fashion designer, wants to outfit his whole gang.
For
and
exposure.
That will get, for exposure, right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And that will get him to invite us in to talk to the guildmaster.
Yes.
Then, once we're in there, we figure out where the painting is, we steal it, and we get out.
Yeah. Sounds great. No problems.
All right.
Solid plan.
Grong, remind me, you're still in British gentleman mode?
Yes.
Okay.
I walk up next to him and I plonk my mug of big foamy beer on the counter.
Elix is saying gives you just a quiet nod.
Sir, I have to compliment you on your fashion sense. That is the second snazziest duster I have seen all day.
Second snazziest, where you been?
I am pleased to tell you that I have been in the company of the finest duster designer this side of a big river I don't know the name of because I do not know the map of this world as well as I should.
The Varken Bluff River. Yep.
The Varken Bluff River.
We'll call it the Varken.
Nice.
Pours down from the bluffs.
The best duster designer this side of the Varken.
I love it. I mean, I think this is a pretty good duster if I don't say so myself. I actually paid for this one.
Oh.
Sir, if you will just turn your head a mere 180 degrees and look
Like an owl.
and look at my friend here, J. Raff.
I like this version.
Please.
This Kron character feels like a Coen Brothers character, and
Yeah.
so Felix is saying turns his head and looks in the direction of J. Raff.
So I'm kind of waiting for this, and I make sure I sort of laugh. I pretend to laugh at something my friends have said, and like
J.
sort of
Raff, give me
sway
some.
my cloak out and to sort of
Oh,
like,
that's how people
showcase
laugh,
it.
right? They
Yeah.
just do a dramatic cloak furl. Give me some kind of charisma-based skill check there. I don't know if it's performance or bluff or persuasion or.
I'll do
Tink-
performance.
Yeah, Tink is going to assist with that because she has fairy dust to make it sparkle.
You have advantage on that.
Okay, well, I rolled a 13. And then I rolled a 17.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, 17 plus anything. 17 is pretty good. And Elix the Saint just says, "Dang."
Sir, you are looking at the work of J. Raff, and I'm about to blow your mind out of your socks.
So he's already had his like head turn. He does the full like body turn, so he's now facing you, Krong. You have engaged with Felix the Saint. He is fully in.
J. Raff wants to outfit your entire gang. Now I know what you're going to say. You like your gang's look. I like your gang's look too. Your gang's look is amazing. But it could be given that extra touch, that extra J. Raff touch. J. Raff is willing to do this just for the exposure.
Wow. I mean,
So I guess whenever anyone asks you who made your duster, you would have to say J. Raff.
I mean, not gonna lie, we might be, this might not be a bad time to change up our look, and we're kind of entering a new echelon of work down at the guild house. So, Mister, I'm intrigued. The name's Elix the Saint. You are?
Bob.
Sounds totally established. Well, Mr. Bob, tell me more.
Well, that's really that's pretty much the entire pitch.
For
I was thinking like now you would say, why don't you come on in and I'll tell the guild master and we'll start like getting people's sizes.
Oh, well, this is kind of a busy week. I mean, I'm really excited, but we're things are real busy down at the guild house. Could you maybe check back in a couple days? We've got some important business. We gotta moving some cargo in and out, import export.
Oh, unfortunately, J. Raff, very in demand, has a fashion show. It's Sword Coast Fashion Week next week.
It is Sword Coat Fashion Week next week. roll bluff
Do you mean deception?
with advantage because
amazing.
because even if it's not Sword Coast Fashion Week, he wants to believe it's Sword Coast Fashion Week.
I rolled an 11 and a 21.
All right.
Nice.
And he wants you to know that he knows that it's Sword Coast Fashion Week. Of course, Sword Coast Fashion Week. I mean, it's practically the middle of the night now. What are you thinking?
I I'm sorry. Like not to be I look around. Are you not a criminal? Like I thought this was like I thought like
I
doors were
mean,
open now. Is this not your business hours is what I'm
well,
asking.
I mean, normally it would be, but you see, well, we pulled off a job recently, and the rest of the guild has been partying, and most of the clubhouse is on lockdown. Um, but I mean, I could walk you down there, and I could show you around, and I'm sure it'd be okay.
Great.
All right. Um, and maybe you walk Elix over and introduce him to the rest of the group.
Oh yeah. Friends, this is Elix the Saint, a great man.
Hi, pleasure to meet you. Bob's been telling me all about you, or I guess J. Raff at least.
Hey, Elix, I'm so excited to meet you. Did Bob tell you about our idea? Because like I just think you and your gang are so inspirational for my vision of what I would like to do for you and
We
for
gotta get
fashion.
you to talk with Guildmaster Dusk because she has been talking about how each of us has to be like taking things to the next level, and I just feel like this is the time.
Mm,
This
Uh,
cannot be a
yes, I
coincidence.
agree. I agree.
and this,
Big
of course, is
universe.
Jasper, and this is Tinker Bell.
Hi.
Hello.
I mean, it's just a little walk down the way. We'll go to the guild house, and I can introduce you to some of the guys.
Oh, that sounds great.
Sounds great. Would you like
So
to
do you
use our
guys-
cart
Oh
we don't have
wow,
to-
yeah.
to walk in the rain? I just don't like getting my wings wet.
So
Of
do you
course.
guys all get your dusters separately right now, or
I mean, yeah, it's a little bit, like you kind of try and just match in with the group, but and one of the problems with the Agile Hand is we do have kind of like there's a hierarchy, and like I feel like the outfits don't necessarily communicate that. Like, does it look like I'm second in command? Because I am second in command, and I feel like people should know that right away.
Yeah.
you know what you
Oh.
need? Epaulets.
Ooh.
I am very excited to learn what those are.
Oh, you are going to be so excited, and they're going to make you look so powerful and so in charge.
Yes.
All right. He waves to Carissa and says, "Babe, I'll see you tomorrow." And you head out into the rainy night, pile into the coach, and head down the road to the Agile Hand Guild House. Amazing.
What could possibly go wrong?
Nothing.
What could possibly go wrong?
Like,
So let me take you to. I have a map for the Agile Hand Guild House. It's separated into layers for the different floors of the clubhouse. And as you pull up, you can kind of let me put you. I thought perhaps you would be sneaking in from the back. Little did I know.
that's not our
Little
style.
did I know
We
that you would arrive
surprised
Um,
Tony.
from the front. So you pull up, and it's two buildings next to each other. One of them looks a little bit more kind of like a slightly fancy house with kind of like a tower on the side of it, and the other part looks like it's a little bit more like a kind of a little bit more industrially kind of stables with it looks like there's a little storefront and presumably kind of like a bunkhouse built on top of it. So it's two adjoining buildings, and there are clearly, even as you kind of you head down a road leading to the guild house, Elix has you stop, and he signals to guards, and as you approach, it's clear you are in an area that is kind of being well guarded and surveilled. There are men in black leather dusters with hoods and cloaks and whatnot standing on various balconies and on the porch outside this building, watching your arrival. And so our adventurers have conned their way into the belly of the beast. They have brought Elix the Saint with them and are about to be walked right into the guild house of the Agile Hand. Will their ruse hold up when they talk to somebody slightly less gullible than Elix? Will they be able to find the Constantori's painting that they seek? Will they all get murdered and buried in shallow graves out back of the guild house? For answers to questions such as these, tune in next time to Total Party Kill.
Hooray!
I don't know what's going to happen next time, but I'm very excited to see. So, yeah.
I like the con our way in.
I like this is a lot of fun.
That's such a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
There wasn't nearly as much conversationing between Karasa and
Gee, I wonder
but,
why.
you know,
Tony bought us.
little disappointed, but you know what? It's there's still time to have
There's still time.
conversations.
All right. Just so the adventurers know, there's a Google Doc that's got names of all the people that you have talked to.
Yay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So you've got that information for next time.
I
Thank
always
you for
watch
listening.
Kathy pull the plug. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I have to say, thank the people for listening first.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. Thank you, Kathy, for managing our stream. We'll be back sometime soon on a Tuesday night to continue this adventure.